Yep guys, you already know it. Today we will take a look at Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Contrary to the first Storm game, I had actually played this game previously and gotten all of the achievements. So before playing this game I already knew what to expect, and now at least I could compare it to the previous Storm game. The way how we are going to do this is as follows. We are going to take a look at each mode that this game gives us and we'll dissect it and see what new has been added since the previous Storm game. In general, this game has 3 modes now: Free Battle, Online Battle and Ultimate Adventure. So why not keep with the previous video's tradition and start with the Free Battle mode. In Free Battle mode, we are able to choose up to 42 characters, of which 2 characters, Killer B and Taka Sasuke, are secret characters that can be unlocked after doing a certain side quest. Another interesting character is the first guest character in the Storm series, and it is Lars. Lars is a character from the fighting game Tekken, which is made by Bandai Namco, the same publisher that released this game. The rest of the roster are comprised of Naruto and all of his friends, teachers, and as well almost all of the Akatsuki members. This game offers us the ability to choose between team battle or single battle. Team battle is basically the same battle that we had in the previous game. We pick our main character and choose up to 2 support characters. Each character has their own support type. The support types can be attack types. These characters will perform a close range attack string during your own and strike back the opponent when they are sent flying. Guard defense types. These characters will guard the user when they are charging chakra or if the opposition chakra dashes at them. Balance types. These characters will perform a joint chakra tool throw with the users and can defend against an ultimate jutsu at the cost of losing the chosen support for the entire round. Single battles are the same battle but only without the assist characters. There is also a new feature named Drive Gouge that replaces the Storm Gouge. Depending on the Drive Gouge, the players are able to unleash devastating team jutsu with the support characters. For example, if the player has the Drive Gouge half full, then if the player does a certain action, the support character will do the previously mentioned actions depending on the chosen type. Additionally, choosing certain support characters with the chosen character can strengthen the attack and defense and give the players a team name. For example, choosing any combination between Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura and Kakashi will be called Team 7. Other than that, the combat is the same. You got your items which can be used with the D-pad. It is possible to use jutsus and ultimate jutsus, substitute from attack of the cost of some chakra, shurikens, and so on and so on. The one thing that I noticed at the start is that the ultimate jutsus have been nerfed, in a sense where in the first Storm game we had to input special commands for the jutsus to land and the jutsu animations were longer. Now the ultimate jutsus have been toned down with a shorter cutscene and no inputs. As well, now players have 2 life bars instead of first game's 3 life bars, and ultimate jutsu damage output has been scaled accordingly. The battle mechanics have been improved from the previous Storm game, but a lot of core elements have been left intact. The same cannot be said about the adventure mode of this game. The Ultimate Adventure mode retells the story of Naruto Shippuden starting from the start till the Pain Assault arc. In this section I will go through the story in a way how the game presents it, and along the way I will talk about the new features this game brings. So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Naruto Shippuden yet, I would suggest that you skip this part in general. Now that that is out of the way, let's begin with the prologue. When starting this mode, we are introduced with a cutscene, with a brutal one in that, where all of Konoha village has been destroyed and Pain is causing a havoc. Sakura screams in despair for Naruto, and what would you know, he actually shows up. This is a nice bait in order to show what is yet to come in the story. After the cutscene, we have an in-game cutscene. Yes, an in-game cutscene where Jiraiya and Naruto finally come back to the village. This is so refreshing seeing an in-game cutscene after the still frames of the first Storm game. They both are interrupted by Sakura that is happy to see Naruto back in the village. After that, they go to Tsunada's mansion to say hi and get a new mission going. After the meeting with Sakura, the player is able to control Naruto. This game has a semi-open linear world where the player can only go in a linear path. Naruto is only able to run and jump. This game's free roam, or open world if you can even call that, pales in comparison to the previous game's free roaming. In some of these paths there are objects of interest by which interacting with them Naruto is able to gather some resources. Yes, you heard me right, this game has a crafting mechanic where in ninja shops you are able to request new ninja tools after collecting all of the needed ingredients. Besides the ninja tools shop, there are a ton of shops, but on that a bit later. They both receive a new mission to go and meet Kakashi, who is waiting for them in the training field in order to test them both. Remember the belt challenge they had 3 years ago? Yeah, they're going to do the same thing, but this time all of them have grown. In this section we are introduced with one of the many boss style battles. Each of these battles have some sort of a gimmick to them, about which I will go into detail when we get there. At the start, the fight starts as usual until we deal enough damage to Kakashi that he goes all out and starts attacking us. In this part, the beloved quicktime events come in, which when done fast enough you are able to gather stars that after the fight is done give context to the fight and what the characters are feeling at that moment.
They've grown.
After delivering the 1000 years of pain on Kakashi, he gets even more serious and gives us the first gimmick section. In general, all you have to do here is when Kakashi is coming for an attack, just stand on the rocks and then plummet him a bit. He will retreat and do the same thing, sometimes throwing a water dragon jutsu for you to dodge. After hitting him some more, we get another awesome QTE.
They've grown.
And in the end, we receive our bells. Another new thing that this game introduces is a battle report, which shows how well you did in the past fight, giving you ranks S, A, B, C or D. These ranks usually are determined by the amount of health you have when finishing the fight, and all that these ranks do are give you multipliers for storm points, which are used to unlock new characters, items and titles. After the fight, Sakura and Naruto go back to the village for some new missions, which are kinda filler but act as a tutorial. One of these missions teaches the player about some cursed dolls that are scattered around the world, which take the role of some of the main characters, but are supposed to be evil. Completing this side quest unlocks a secret chapter that after beating it unlocks Killer B and Taka Sasuke for use. The other side mission is related to the introduction of stores. Across multiple villages there are multiple stores like Bandai Namco General Store where you can buy collectibles and movies, Ninja Shop where you can buy ninja tools, Card Shop where you can buy ninja info cards that can be used online, and a lot of restaurants which can give Naruto a health boost before a fight. After completing both side missions, Naruto meets with Uruka Sensei over at Ichiraku Ramen, where Naruto finds out that in the time when Naruto was training, Gaara had already become a Kazekage, and with that ends the prologue. We start the first chapter with a bang. We see two Akatsuki members, Deidara and Sasori, that have infiltrated the Sand Village and are trying to take Gaara hostage. Deidara leaves Sasori in order to battle Gaara, in which we have another boss battle in our hands. The first phase is pretty simple, just smack him with some sand until he is low enough to start blasting Gaara with his clay bombs. After some QTE we have another gimmick in our hands where we are following Deidara while at the same time shooting at him. This section is crazy, who even came up with this? After smacking Deidara a bit more we have another section where Deidara almost nukes the whole village, but Gaara saves everyone. But sadly has lost so much chakra that Deidara was able to win the fight and in the end take him hostage. After that, Team 7 gets a new mission where they have to go to the Sand Village and rescue Gaara. After getting there, they found out who was responsible and where they could have taken Gaara. With Team 7, a new person named Lady Chio is tagging along, who knows Sasori better than anyone. Meanwhile, Team 11 is also sent to support Team 7. On their way there, they meet Kizame that stalls them by fighting with them. At the same time, Team 7 is fighting Itachi, who is doing the same thing. From there on, both teams link up to the designated spot and see that the path has been sealed, which leads Team 11 to take care of the seals that have been scattered around the map. After removing the seals, each member fights themselves in a 2v2 fight. Following that, Team 7 is able to remove the seal and destroy the rock that was blocking the path. Inside, they see Deidara and Sasori. Deidara takes Gaara's body and flees, but Kakashi and Naruto go after him, leaving Sakura and Lady Chio, who's actually Sasori's grandma, to fight Sasori. The battle starts as any other fight. Sakura and Lady Chio fight Sasori like crazy, puppets are flying everywhere, Sakura is punching the ground like crazy, until Sasori starts attacking with his main puppet for real. Sadly for him, Sakura is so overpowered that she just one-shots his puppet. He gets so upset by it that he turns himself into a puppet, and with that begins the small gimmick section of this fight. Sasori is in the middle of the field with his puppets guarding him. Around the map there is black sand that will slow Sakura down. In order to bring Sasori down, Sakura has to dodge Sasori's puppets and, when Lady Chiyo is available, call for her help. In order for Sakura to get close to Sasori before almost finishing him, Sasori starts spamming his thousands of puppets at them both, but Lady Chiyo has an ace up her sleeve. She uses her Chikimatsu 10 puppets in order to deal with Sasori's puppets. The battle is fierce, but in the end Sakura and Lady Chiyo win. In the result of the battle, Sakura got infected with his poison, but Lady Chiyo was able to easily heal her. As well, Sasori dies in the embrace of his mother's and father's puppets. Meanwhile, Kakashi and Naruto finally catch up to Deidara, who is not willing to give Gaara without a fight. Deidara gets clapped real nice and good, and after the battle, Naruto is able to save Gaara. Sadly, Gaara is dead and everyone is in shock. Naruto starts to rage and blame all of the Sand Village people that treated Gaara badly, that this couldn't have happened if they didn't seal the One Tails in him. Lady Chiyo uses a reanimation jutsu to bring Gaara back, but at the cost of her life. The reanimation jutsu was a success and Gaara finally wakes up. And with that ends chapter 1. This chapter has the most iconic moments of Naruto. In general, after coming back, Naruto has a new side quest to deal with. All he has to do is go to the training field and meet with Kiba, Hinata and Shino for some training. Here, we are introduced with a new friendship mechanic. This is a new friendship mechanic where Naruto is able to build his friendship with multiple characters by first doing a small mission for them and later chatting with them using the mail pigeon. When the meter is full, a small friendship event will happen where Naruto is able to relax and have fun with his friends. Okay, so after that, Naruto gets attacked by an unknown person, which later turns out to be his new team member Sai. Alongside him, they have a new leader, Yamato. Kakashi is still not fit from the last fight with Deidara, so Yamato is taking his place. They all have a new mission, to find out about Orochimaru's whereabouts and possibly meet with Sasuke. The team goes to Tenchi Bridge where they will meet a spy that worked for Sasori. Once there, Yamato disguises himself as Sasori and meets with the spy. The spy turns out to be none other than Kabuto, who later turns out is not alone. Orochimaru was with him as well. Naruto sees Orochimaru and goes nuts. Orochimaru leaves the bridge and Naruto follows along. After smacking Orochimaru here and there, he turns himself into the Four Tails, which puts us into a small rail shooting section where Naruto shoots his chakra orbs at Orochimaru. After that, Naruto destroys Orochimaru, but sadly he gets away. In the meantime, Kabuto was holding off Sakura and Yamato until he leaves to meet with Orochimaru. In the midst of all this chaos, Sai has disappeared, and it turns out that Sai was a traitor and betrayed the Leaf Village by joining up with Orochimaru and giving him classified intel. Yamato and Sakura fight with Naruto in order to seal the Nine Tails away. They are successful in this task, and after Naruto wakes up, they leave for the Orochimaru's hideout. In the hideout, Team 7 meet with Sai, with whom they have a fight. Later, Kabuto shows up to support Sai. After the previous fight, Sai understands his wrongdoings and turns on Kabuto. After losing the fight, Kabuto retreats and Team 7 head on deeper inside the hideout. At the end of the hideout, Team 7 sees Sasuke, who has grown as well and looks like an edgelord now. Naruto tries to get Sasuke back with his Talku no Jutsu, but it fails and a battle ensues. Naruto and Sasuke fight like crazy, both of them showing off how they both have improved over these 3 years. In the end, Sasuke tries to use his new jutsu, but is stopped by Orochimaru, who says that it's time to leave to another hideout. Orochimaru, Sasuke and Kabuto dip, and Team 7 are again empty-handed. The team leave back to the village to give a report on the mission, where the second chapter ends. Later, Team 7 meet with Kakashi, where Kakashi offers to train Naruto with the help of Yamato in order to become stronger. Naruto dashes back to the training field where he has a fight with Kakashi in order to determine which chakra nature Naruto has. It turns out Naruto has the wind chakra nature. Naruto is determined to continue training in order to master his wind nature. Shortly after the fight, we see two Akatsuki members, Kakuzo and Hidan, who are looking for Naruto and are supposedly close to the Leaf Village. When the cutscene ends, we see Asuma, who just had a shogi match with Shikamaru. After that is done, we are now in full control of Asuma, who is now going to the training field to help Naruto train. Asuma sensei is helping out with the training because he, just like Naruto, has the wind nature chakra. The only way how Asuma can explain how to control it is in a battle, which they both have. After the fight, Asuma returns to the village where he has been summoned by Tsunade. She gives Asuma, Shikamaru, Izumo and Kotetsu a mission to intercept Kakuzo and Hidan before they get to the village. Asuma and the team leave the village. Before leaving, Asuma says farewell to Kurenai, with who he will be having a child. and leaves for the mission. In the forest, the team intercept the Akatsuki and Asuma has a fight with Hidan. None of the attacks phase Hidan, and Hidan uses his curse technique that critically hurts Asuma. Ino and Choji show up and rescue Asuma sensei while Shikamaru and Choji fight with Hidan. After the fight, Kakuzo and Hidan retreat, and Shikamaru and Choji tend to Asuma's wounds. Sadly, it's no use, and Asuma dies. Before dying, he says his last words to Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji. Everyone there are in shock and despair. After Asuma's team comes back to the village, Naruto is taking a break from training after learning about Asuma's death. He is heading straight to Tsunade to learn more. Tsunade instructs Naruto to keep training. Meanwhile, Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji are planning on taking revenge, but Tsunade is not allowing them, since it would be a suicide mission. Kakashi offers to help and act as the team's leader. Tsunade agrees, and they all go hunting for Kakuzo and Hidan. Before fighting them, Shikamaru explains the game plan to the team. After that, Shikamaru fights Hidan and lures him away from the rest of the people. In the meantime, Kakuzo is fighting Kakashi, Ino, and Choji. While Naruto is training, Tsunade arrives and asks Naruto and Yamato to act as a support team for Kakashi's team. They both agree and rush to the battlefield. After luring Hidan from the rest of the team, Hidan falls into one of Shikamaru's traps. That doesn't kill Hidan, since he can't die, but leaves him severed in a hole for the rest of the eternity. Meanwhile, Kakashi and team are all worn out after the fight. Of course, Naruto comes to the rescue and goes toe-to-toe with him. Naruto drags Kakuzo around the battlefield until he turns into a tentacle-type monster that shoots fire and wind. In this section, Naruto has to dodge Kakuzo's attacks, and when he has used all of his chakra, pull him out of his tentacle body and smack him a bit. In the end, Naruto uses his newly created Rasen Shuriken, with which he defeats Kakuzo. After coming back to the village, Shikamaru meets with Kurenai, to whom he promises that he will protect and take care of Asuma's child. And with that concludes chapter 3. The chapter starts with Sasuke training with Orochimaru. After the training, Orochimaru feels sick and knows that he soon will die, and intends to kill Sasuke in order to take over his body. Sadly for him, the plan does not work and Sasuke kills him instead. After killing Orochimaru, Sasuke escapes from the hideout and forms a new team called Hebi. The team consists of Suigetsu, Karin, and Jugo, and the main idea of the team, as Sasuke says, is
call ourselves the Hebi. The Hebi has but one objective: Itachi Uchiha.
with the team formed, the chapter ends. The next chapter, the team is splitting up in order to find information about Itachi. While searching for intel, Itachi finds Sasuke and has a fight with him. Later it turns out that it was not actually Itachi but a clone. The clone instructs Sasuke to meet him in the Uchiha hideout. The rest of the Hebi team meet up and head out to the hideout. Before the hideout, Kizame is waiting and is allowing only Sasuke to proceed. In the hideout, Sasuke meets with the real Itachi and they both have a fight. The fight starts as usual, jutsus being spammed left and right, shurikens being thrown everywhere, just a normal Saturday for the Uchiha family. In the middle of the battle, Itachi uses Amaterasu, but Sasuke dodges it by jumping on the roof. Itachi follows and falls for a trap. Sasuke uses the weather to his advantage to use his new jutsu called Kirin. After the devastating jutsu, Itachi has to be dead, right? Nah, in the last second he uses his Susanoo in order to protect himself. This section, Sasuke has to dodge Susanoo's attacks and at the same time try to get close to Itachi in order to deal some damage. While fighting, Sasuke doesn't feel so good. The reason for that is that the curse mark that Orochimaru gave has started to act up. Sasuke's one part of the body transforms into a snake-type monster from which Orochimaru pops up. Orochimaru blasts Itachi with a laser beam and supposedly defeats Itachi. But Itachi is too chill for that and kills Orochimaru and at the same time ridding Sasuke from the curse mark. Sasuke is exhausted and can't fight anymore. He slowly tries to retreat from Itachi but sadly no luck. Itachi has Sasuke cornered and is supposed to be the end for Sasuke. Itachi gets close to Sasuke and taps his brother's forehead as he did while Sasuke was a child and dies. Sasuke collapses and the battle ends. After the fight, Sasuke wakes up and meets with another Akatsuki member named Madara. Madara explains the truth about Itachi, how he killed the whole clan in order to stop a coup happening which could resolve the Leaf Village's downfall. He explains that the only reason he left Sasuke alive was because Sasuke was the most important thing in this world and he knew that in the Leaf Village Sasuke would be safe. Madara also explains that the reason why Itachi provoked the fight was in order to protect Sasuke from Orochimaru and his course mark, which in the end he actually did. And with that, chapter 5 ends. The next chapter starts with a cutscene where two Akatsuki members, Pain and Conan, meet with Madara in the Hidden Rain village to discuss further actions in regards to capturing Naruto. In Konoha village, Jiraiya informs Tsunade that he has intel on the leader of the Akatsuki clan. Pain and wants to go and gather more information about him in the Hidden Rain village. Tsunade of course is not happy with him, but Jiraiya is able to convince her and she approves. When Jiraiya finally gets to the Hidden Rain village, he reminisces of the last time he was there. The last time when he was in the village, there was a war going on and Jiraiya met 3 small children, Konan, Nagato and Yahiko, who were impacted by the war. He devoted himself to train and help these children. It's been years since he last saw them. Continuing into the village, Jiraiya meets with Konan. He is upset that Konan has changed and is helping out the Akatsuki. Jiraiya takes the responsibility as a teacher to scold his former student, which means Jiraiya and Konan have a battle. After Jiraiya wins the battle, Konan informs that she was only buying some time, since Jiraiya is supposed to fight him, whatever that means. After the message, Konan disappears. Jiraiya goes deeper into the city where he gets ambushed by Pain and a battle ensues. This part of the fight is a mini boss battle where Pain is riding a huge crab monster, and in order to deal damage, Jiraiya has to attack the monster from the sides. After some damage has been dealt and the crab dies, Pain starts to spam multiple summoning jutsu, summoning multiple animal type beasts. In return, Jiraiya summons Gamaken in order for him to buy some time. In the middle of the battle, 2 more Pains show up and attack Jiraiya. Before the attack, Jiraiya is able to activate Sage Mode and is accompanied by Fukasaku and Shima. The next section is a 3 vs 1 fight, where in order to win, you have to beat them all at the same time. After that unfair fight, Jiraiya with the help of Fukasaku and Shima are able to send one of the Pains in a Genjutsu and finish him off. Jiraiya is relieved that Pain is dead and that he can now catch a breather, but another Pain sneaks up on him and gets a critical hit on Jiraiya. Jiraiya is no longer able to fight and sends the 2 frogs away in order to relay information to Tsunade about the Pains. The Pains attack the injured Jiraiya time and time again, before finishing Jiraiya off with all of the 6 Pains jumping on him and stabbing him with black rods. Jiraiya knows that he is about to die, but remembers Naruto and that he is never going to give up. That gives Jiraiya strength to pull one massive Rasengan that kills one of the Pains before flying into the water to his doom. And on that sad note, chapter 6 ends. This is the final chapter of the main game. In Konoha village, Naruto meets with Kakashi, who seems rather serious and informs Naruto that he should go to Tsunade. There Naruto meets with Fukasaki and learns that Jiraiya is dead. Naruto is in disbelief. He blames Tsunade for allowing him to go there alone and that she is not fit to be the Hokage. And as well that Jiraiya would never do the same thing to her. Naruto falls into a depression. He doesn't know what to think or do. While Naruto is gazing into the sky, Iruka Sensei appears and tries to cheer him up and motivate Naruto. Iruka Sensei tells Naruto that Jiraiya wouldn't want him to be this sad. Jiraiya always had praise for Naruto and he thought of Naruto as his grandson, and that even though he is no longer with him, he will always be in his heart. Naruto cheers up and says that he will use everything that Jiraiya taught to follow his own ninja way. The next day Naruto is back at Tsunade's office and says that he is ready for training with Fukasaki. Fukasaki takes Naruto to Mount Miyaboku to train. Fukasaki trains Naruto intensively, making him face his own mentor and comrades. While Naruto is gone, the village is being attacked by all of the Pains combined. The village is totally destroyed and chaos ensues. We see Iruka Sensei trying to save a fellow ninja, but the Pains stop him and interrogate him about Naruto. Of course, Iruka Sensei won't give information about Naruto, so the Pains decide to remove him. Thank God Kakashi comes and saves the day. Kakashi fights the Pains, but sadly with no luck. The Pains are too strong for him. Kakashi used too much chakra and is not able to fight anymore, and in the process gets killed. After a while, the Pains corner Tsunade, Sakura and Shikamaru. They again ask for information about Naruto, but no one's snitching, so they all fight. While they are fighting, one of the Pains reads Shizune's mind and they gather information on Naruto's location. The Pains flee and Tsunade orders everyone to stop them. Pain is flying above Konoha village and unleashes a devastating almighty push that wipes the whole village clean. After that, Sakura screams in despair for Naruto and he answers her call. He challenges Pain to a fight and the fight ensues. The battle is fierce. Naruto uses his newly taught skills to teach Pain a lesson. Pain uses his multiple Pains and summoned beasts to get to Naruto, but Naruto has an answer for everything. That is, until he loses his Sage Mode and almost gets killed. I say almost because Hinata jumps into the way last second and sacrifices herself. Naruto, seeing that, goes berserk and goes into the 8 Tails form. Naruto unleashes devastating strikes and cannon barrages that Pain cannot handle. Pain resorts to trapping Naruto into a planet-shaped boulder in which Naruto is stuck. In the next scene, we see Naruto going crazy in front of the sealed gates that holds the 9 Tails at bay. Naruto is interrupted by a strange man that turns out to be the 4th Hokage and his father, Minato. Minato explains that when he sealed the beast inside Naruto, he sealed a part of his consciousness into Naruto and he will help to reseal the seal. Naruto is happy to finally finally meet his dad, and after some encouraging words, we see Naruto standing outside of the huge boulder. Naruto takes Pain head on. The fight is grueling and long. Both of them have lost a lot of chakra. Naruto takes his remaining chakra to attack Pain with a Rasengan, which on impact becomes stronger and stronger. Pain in his last moment sees Jiraiya while looking at Naruto. After the fight, Naruto goes to look for the person who was controlling all of the pains. It turns out that one of the kids named Nagato was in control. Nagato's idea was that by inflicting the same pain onto others that was once inflicted onto him, he hoped for people to understand each other. Naruto vows to Nagato that he will break the endless pain cycle and create peace in this world. After these words, Nagato has a change of heart and he uses a reanimation jutsu to bring back everyone who he killed in the assault. After meeting with Nagato, Naruto returns to the village where everyone is waiting for him and are celebrating him for saving the village. And with that ends this game's story mode. Actually, no, the story is not yet finished. After getting all of the course dolls, the player is able to play another short chapter called the 8 Tails Jinchuriki, in which Sasuke is hunting down Killer B, aka the 8 Tails. They both have two fights, one where B is in normal form and another one in which he is in his tailed beast mode. Sasuke is able to beat him twice and brings his body to the Akatsuki, and with that, the story mode ends. After finishing the story, the game still provides some interesting post-game content. The player is able to complete all of the 26 side missions, or as they are called in this game, requests. The player is able to build up multiple friendships in order to witness some interesting and fun friendship events. As well, scattered around the world are multiple scrolls that by collecting unlock story mode cutscenes, battle replays that allow the player to replay specific fights in the story, and memory scrolls or shards that give player the ability to see voiced over still frames which explain the original series plot. Regarding the adventure mode, that's about it. Let's head straight into the last section, which is online battle. In the year 2023, this mode is dead. Nobody plays Storm 2 online. What a shocker, right? Well, at least what I can tell you about this mode is that you are able to use your bot Ninja info cards here in order to create your online presence, if you can even call it that. Other than that, this game mode is dry. All in all, this game is a huge upgrade compared to the previous Storm game. The fights are fast-paced, the story mode is superb, and it retells the first part of Naruto Shippuden perfectly. I might have left some details here and there out while going over it, but the game stays true to the source material. The post-story mode activities are a nice touch. There is not a lot of them, but there is enough to keep a Naruto fan happy. I now see why this Storm game is considered by many to be one of the best Storm games out there, and I agree. Replaying this game made me fall in love with this game again. I really enjoyed my time playing this game as much as I enjoyed my time making this video. I hope you enjoyed this small retrospective video. If you would like to see more Naruto or Naruto game related content, feel free to subscribe. That's all from me. I wish you guys a nice day/evening. Bye guys.